Hi! Today we are here to speak again about left hand technique. This could be a good one even if you are a completely beginner. At least most of the exercises could be good for you, and I will let you know the ones that you should leave for the future. It is about preparing your left hand for vibrato. There is lots and lots of ways, lots of techniques to develop your vibrato. I will be only speaking about one here that consists on a scratch technique. To start with, just get your right hand over your left shoulder and imagine that you are itchy and you're going to scratch with a very beautiful cello left hand shape. So you're really scratchy. So if you look at the movement, it comes from my forearm. It does not come from my shoulder. My shoulder is completely still. And it doesn't come from my fingers or my wrist. Yes, fingers and wrists are still. I'm not wobbling my hand in any way. No, I'm just scratching. Once you get really good with your scratchy movement, you can get into your cello. I have El Taco with me today. So imagine that El Taco is very, very itchy, or in the case of your cello, I don't know, tell me your cello's name. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear today, but you could send me the name of your cello, yeah? So imagine that your cello is really itchy and you are going to scratch between the G and the D strings. So you're going to place your fingers between the strings. Your thumb is going to be relaxed and the other side not squeezing in any way, okay? And your fingers are round and they still have this spacing between them, but they are not tense, okay? And then you start doing the same movement you were doing on your arm. Very fast, up and down. Again, watch that the movement comes from my forearm and not from my fingers. It's simply up and down the cello. This exercise I just explained to you can also be done with a little cloth over your cello. It gives you a little bit more resistance, so it becomes a little bit harder to do it. But the good thing is also cleans your cello. You can place your finger between other strings as well, between the A and D and the G and C. And remember always to observe the height of your elbow when you do so. Once you feel you got the movement with your fingers between the strings, then it is time to move your fingers to the top of one string. My fingers are, for example, on the top of the D string. And it's very, very important to remember here that you are going to pull the cello towards you, okay? It's very good to see that sinking. See the cello sinking towards me when I do that? And my thumb is not engaged in any way in this. It's just lightly touching the back of the neck of the cello, okay? And then you do exactly the same thing, up and down. Coming from your forearm. Once you start doing that, if you are a complete beginner, or you are not used to do this kind of things, or you have not been playing the cello as long as you should, you are going to start feel a little burning on the tip of your fingers. And that means that you need to develop calluses. Calluses are a protection that your skin develops from the rubbing against the string. It makes the tip of your fingers harder than the rest of your skin and protects you from this burning sensation and all the aches that pressing down could give you. But we need to develop it. It doesn't come from one day to the other. It takes time to develop, and more than time, it takes practice. So if you are feeling a little bit of burning, I would say this exercise is for you. Remember to keep the shape of your fingers. Don't let your fingers collapse when you're doing that. Then you're not doing anything. You need to keep the C shape and pull the cello towards you, okay? See that the cello sinking onto you. Remember to have a relaxed thumb, relaxed shoulder, and work up and down all the way until the shoulder of the cello, okay? Touch the nut with your fingers and the shoulder with your hand. Okay, do all the way for a couple of minutes every day. Okay, if you do that for a couple of minutes every day, and you can also try in other strings, then after about a week, you will feel that your fingers are much more resistant to that, and you don't feel the burning anymore, and you don't feel any ache from doing that. But please, 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 be always in front of a mirror, okay? Do this exercise always in front of a mirror, and make sure, especially your fourth finger, our weakest link in our hand is the fourth finger, the tiny little finger. We really want to help him. So make sure your fourth finger is round, no stretched fingers, okay? We want a round shaped finger, and for that, sometimes, especially if you're playing on the C string, your elbow needs to go round to help it. There's no way of playing with a round finger if my elbow is like that or like that. Okay, my elbow needs to come round and help it. So do that until you feel the burning is gone or much, much less. Then you can also do some pizzicatos. The sound is quite funny. Also, if you need to practice and being a little bit quieter, then pizzicato is really good, because that's not as loud as the bow. Remember to keep your fourth finger round all the way. Okay? So the next exercise needs to be done only by the people that already have a good amount of independence on the hands, okay? Because if you are not really sure when you are controlling your bow, then that will make a mess of your left hand. So if you don't have yet a good control of your right hand, and you will know that because I will tell you in your lessons. Or maybe you can send me a text and I tell you, oh no, you stop in that exercise, okay? Then I will ask you not to do that. Do some open string exercises to actually get your right hand control going, but don't put the bow and the left hand together. But for you that already play the cello for many years and feel confident and really want the vibrato to get going, then this one is for you, okay? But remember, only do this exercise if your hand is already very strong and you don't feel the burning, okay? So now, with a very constant bow stroke, a very consistent sound all the way through, I'm going to put my fingers over my D string and my bow too, and I'm going to go up and down, but now playing with my bow. Remember to always watch your mirror and make sure your hand is not collapsing anyway, you are not wobbling your hand in any way. It's just up and down movement as the scratchy movement at the beginning, okay? Remember to have your shoulder relaxed, your thumb relaxed, and very good hand shape. You can try it over all the strings as well. And keep on practicing that with a very steady bow, okay? Then after that, you are going to gradually make the range of your hand movement smaller, okay? I should say your forearm movement smaller. So at the moment, this is your movement. And what you want them is to make it slightly smaller, okay? Let's get on the A string now. I'm not touching the nut and the shoulder anymore. I'm somewhere in between. Try as fast as you can. And then you're going to mark somewhere on your cello with one finger, or you can have a sticker, and you are going to try looking at the mirror, making sure you have a good shape, pulling the cello towards you. You are going to make the movement even smaller, around half a tone either side of your finger. So using your bow then, this is already pretty much a vibrato, okay? Keep practicing that until you have very good calluses in your fourth finger. And next time we are going to be discovering how to control your vibrato, because that's a very sticking point when it comes to vibrato, that sometimes we do some cheap stuff that don't sound really nice and actually add a lot of tension. When vibrato is more to just express a little bit more of warmth and give the notes some more color, not to give them tension. So next time we are going to be exploring how to control your vibrato. But please, please, please practice those exercises, okay, for at least a week, so your hand gets really strong. These exercises, they are not only good for your vibrato, but they do help with your left hand strength in general, and also with shifting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you can find some time and some headspace to practice your cello and keep on going. I'm here really cheering for you. See you next time. Bye.